Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am the Effective Collective. This is Idol Slayer, and we are bringing you another daily update. So, first and foremost, we did get our Ultra Ascension. So we'll put a link to that in the corner. So yeah, pretty much once I woke up and I got my idol rewards for the overnight and such. That more or less left me at uh I only needed like another 100 quintillion, and I did the bonus stage for being offline for 8 hours, uh, and got a times 30 soul multiplier. Raged that out, hit the special drink, got another times 30 soul multiplier. Raged that out, and then I used temporal rune that I had the joy of waking up with, and that pretty much finished off the 100 quintillion. Um, so it might have been two temporal runes. It's possible. But in any event, we got our Ultra Ascension pretty much right away. And so what we're doing now is just divinity farming. I'm going to get another video out hopefully tomorrow. I kind of just wanted to refine my approach first because I've never actually done this, but we're doing wizard runs to farm up some divinity. So I wanted to refine my approach, and we'll go over all of that in more detail in a future video. But pretty much the idea is just to unlock your minions as fast as possible, and then once your wizard reaches max level, ultra ascend, because that will it saws right away, because that will prestige your minions for you and double all of the um divinity points that you get for the minions. So the soul wizard is worth 60 at max level, so that alone doubles to 120. And then you have all of your other minions as well. So except for the Cyclops, because one, it takes 3 trillion to unlock him, and I mean, granted, I probably could unlock him before my soul wizard hits max level. But the Cyclops takes so long to complete his mission, or whatever the verbiage is, that I'm not sure I would even complete one. I mean, I'm at like 1.8 trillion now if I were to ascend. So pretty much I could ascend like right now, and then it would not take me very long at all to get another 1.2 and be able to buy the Cyclops, right? But my wizard is currently level 15. I started the wizard runs about like maybe 12 hours ago, maybe. So he's already about halfway. His max level is 31. And I still have my daily minion speedy up, so we could actually be a little higher level with him at the push of a button. So like if I didn't have to sleep tonight, I could get him max level, probably within the next, I don't know precisely, but 8 hours, maybe less. So yeah, so even if I did unlock the Cyclops at this point, it wouldn't really mean anything to do so. But we do have the ninja unlocked, so it took me about 3 hours maybe to get 150 billion souls to buy the Ascension upgrade to where your minions get another level when they complete their quest. And I think there was an item or something. There's something else that, or maybe a regular divinity. There's something else that does that. So we actually get 3 levels every time a minion completes their missions. Um, so yeah, so that only took me a few hours to hit that benchmark, and then also pick up the ninja, which is nice. I actually wasn't even sure if we were going to be getting the ninja doing wizard runs, so we will slowly build up runes at time. They're temporal runes. It's just the ninja's not going to hit max level. So, he won't be bringing me the full 12 per time. But nonetheless, I was expecting to not really be able to get temporal runes at all. So that's nice. I can use that to speed up soul farm, in future ultra ascensions. But really, I'm looking forward to that to speed up material farm, because I'm not focusing on completing quests at all. I'm not even focusing on unlocking quests. Like, I haven't gone to the city to kill jellies, so like that's where I'm stuck at in terms of quest line, right? So so because of that, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not unlocking, right? Stuff that makes more enemies spawn, things like that. So the material farm is definitely slower than I'm used to it being, at the end game with everything complete and unlocked. So the temporal runes will definitely help speed that up. But pretty much this is the stage of the game that we're in. So because we did our Ultra Ascend, we did get our 20 USP, which right now we just sunk those into upgrades of time. We'll eventually move those over to our Stones of Time once we're done with this pit stop for divinity farming, and also we're stocking up on our dailies and our weeklies and those rewards. And I need to fine tune a lot of equipment, so we're probably going to be at this for a while. Build up a good stockpile so I do hop on and get scrap and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much this is like the point in the game where I actually do want to start seeing like maximum stacks of everything, right? I want to get as stacked up as possible to get ready to run at the end game again and do the big soul grind again. I want to take a look at this spell book. Okay, that's nothing. I have like 3 of this exact spell book, but also better, right? Like actually has options. So we don't need that. But yeah, so I'm kind of at a point where I don't even need to ascend anymore. There's nothing. I guess if I wanted to buy like another I think there's like a 1 trillion astral key unlock node. So I guess I could ascend and get that, I suppose. But yeah, I'm just farming materials now and waiting on my wizard to get max levels. So we'll see. But I assume I'm gonna have that probably around midday tomorrow. Maybe a little afternoon. So I really don't see a ton of reason to go through the ascending motions and all that. I'm pretty much just doing some idle farm. I did complete all my dailies, so I've got 7 dragon eggs. And honestly, I'm debating whether I want to open them right now or not. I think it'll be funner if I let them pile up a little bit and then open a whole bunch. Plus, I do have some, like, I still need to craft armors. I need to craft helmets. I need to craft axes. So, yeah, I have a lot of work to do. I'm probably going to be doing wizard runs for 3 or 4 weeks. That is my assumption. Now, it's going to depend because the effectiveness of it is going to have to run up against my patience, right? I might get impatient and just be like, no, I want to go do the grind now. I want to pull those, I want to complete all the quests so I can pull all those USP off of my upgrades of time and put them into my Stone of Active and my Stone of Random, and start soul farming again, right? Eventually that itch will get the better of me, but as long as the Divinity farm is going good, and I'm still stockpiling. Like, I definitely want to have a maximum stack of scrap. I'm gonna want to have a maximum stack of dragon scale, and I'm gonna consume a lot of dragon scale leveling up gear and stuff. So yeah, so we'll see. But my my expectation is that that we'll be at this for 3 or 4 weeks. Get that. We got an hour 21, so I'm waiting for the ninja to finish his mission, and then I'll grab the use the daily speedy up um, after that, so that I can hopefully get another batch or another quest complete for ninja, and then have another quest complete by morning when I get up. That's the plan. We'll see how well that works for me. But yeah, pretty much just farming right now. I'm hanging out in Mystic Valley. As you can see, we did get one like stack of like 14 or 15 refined wood done and collected. I have another stack of 17 in there that is probably done by now. So we're just hanging out here. We're doing wood farming. We'll really only move if the daily quest tells us to, until we're either full up on wood or until we ultra ascend. Because pretty much once we ultra ascend, we move to the desert until we unlock Funky Space, and then we go to Funky Space until we get our 150 billion Slayer points, and then we just pick a material and go farm it after that, right? Because it really doesn't matter at that point. It's also worth noting that I had like 2 days worth, well, I guess probably like 2.5 days worth of my spyglasses and my Deathbringer sword before we ultra ascended. I wasn't sure if those would get like canceled out by the ultra ascension, but they did not, so that's good to know. But so that timeline of, it took me about 3 hours, like I said, to reach the 150 billion. That may be more like 6 hours if I don't have the telescope, and I'm not really intending to run them, to be honest. But I don't know. We'll have to see how big of a hindrance that feels like, right? Because I don't want to spend a long time getting to that upgrade, because that's so very pinnacle in speeding up the growth on the wizard, which speeds up this process entirety, and not by a small amount, right? It goes from 2 levels to 3 levels. That's significant. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot else going on. I guess I should have run more whetstones while I was doing this, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up now because, yeah, like I said, we did get our Ultra Ascension earlier, so that was all the exciting stuff. And now we're pretty much just going to be marking progress on how fast are we farming, our materials to max, and how fast are we ultra ascending. And also we have to take a look at precisely how much we're going to get, right? So right now that's saying I'll get 356, and I'm approximately halfway. My projected gain, like what I assumed I would be getting, was around 600, but I was not accounting for the ninja or the cyclops in that. So we do have a ninja. So, yeah, so we'll see. But I mean, if it's, if I can get 600 to 700 divinity, like roughly every other day, um, for a lot of weeks, y'all, that's gonna be right. That would be like 6 to 7 thousand divinity across 3 weeks, which is pretty darn good. And but that's a pretty well-rounded number. It might be more than that, it might be less than that, but that's an approximate guess. So based on that, if we did go 4 weeks, maybe a little longer, we could easily push to like 10,000 divinity, plus also any divinity we get out of smashing equipment as we're working on building up our scrap pile, and any divinity that we get out of the slot machine along the way. Yeah, I think 10,000 in 4 weeks is probably a fair estimate, maybe 5 weeks, but I think that's a pretty fair approximate of what I think I can hope to get. And honestly, like, I might want a lot more than that. Like, I have a lot of work I want to do on my equipment because, right, there's always like that next piece of equipment you want to level up. There's always that next new piece of gear that'll, or that different approach, right? Like, I want to level up some frozen fields gear. Like, I have the gear, I've just never been able to prioritize leveling that up over other stuff because you only get so much divinity. So yeah, I don't know. I might end up going at this longer than I think, but honestly, I'm pretty sure by then, I will be so desperately itching to get back to the end game, get back to the grind. So we'll see how that goes. We're gonna go ahead and finish out this ascending heights. Hopefully get a nice dagger drop, and then we'll wrap this one up for tonight. I thought for sure this was going to be like a 5 to 8 minute video, just like, yeah, here's where we're at, here's what we're doing. Never quite works out like that, but that's okay. We did get an armory chest. Excellent dagger, no options though, so I already know I'm not going to be keeping this one. Yep. 6 scrap though, that's nice. Let's see, we are up to 72. I mean, we were down to having to trade eyeballs for it, so being up to 72, not bad. That's about 10% of the way to max. Yeah, just about. All right, y'all, but that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're going to be along with me for this part of the grind. If you were along with me for the soul grind, so I gotta put the time into this part of the game to be able to produce the big crazy grinds, and we want to shoot past that 21 sextillion. So I'm gonna have to be muddling down here, stocking up stuff for a little while. But again, thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.